Good evening and welcome to another installment of the New York Minute Sports Show. We've got the Yankees spring training report. Will the book be out on Ben Rice? We check in on the Spencer Jones and Jason Dominguez battle for the fourth outfielder spot. And we talk pitching staff, baby. Blackburn, Yarborough. It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York Sports for New York Nuts. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's go!
Chipped his back.
It's New York Minute Sports.
Well, there you have it, folks. Welcome to another installment of the New York Minute Sports Show. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. And we had the Yankees and Pirates. And by the way, you might be asking yourself, why do I keep seeing the Pirates all the time in spring training? It's because they're close in proximity to each other down in Tampa. By the way, if you have never been to spring training, I highly recommend it. It's literally after the cold and snow up here in the East Coast, you go down to Tampa Bay, and it's like you died and went to baseball heaven. George M. Steinbrenner Field is beautiful, other than when the toilets are backing up, apparently. That happened in the first game. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but they had to start evacuating people from the building because all the toilets backed up. But when the toilets aren't backing up, it's a great place to see some baseball. But let's go to baseball today, and we had the Pirates and the New York Yankees facing off down in Tampa Bay. And Ben Rice is the first story of this evening. Now, listen, man, I'm starting to get a little worried about Ben Rice. And it's nothing that he did. It's because everybody that I run into is saying Ben Rice is going to have a fantastic season. Like, I'll give you an example. When you hear everyone in town talking about who they're going to take in a certain football bet that weekend, like your mailman's like, yeah, take the Bills this weekend. Don't take it. Once everybody starts saying it, I usually go in the opposite direction. Now, I hope this doesn't happen, but we're putting a lot of weight on Ben Rice for absolutely no reason. This guy was a great story last year, came out of nowhere and put up some great numbers, and we hope he builds on that. But everyone is acting like he's going to be in the top 5 players in Major League Baseball, and I think we need to pump our brakes a little bit. Today, he had 3 at-bats, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, 1 walk. Looked great in the field, by the way, which is crucial to his development, and I would want him to worry about that because I think he has the ability to be a great defensive first baseman. Also, when he got jammed in on the hands by Gregory Soto, he beat out an infield single. This guy's got some wheels on him. For a big dude that's left-handed, he's got some speed. Also, he didn't become a baseball player until about 4 years ago. He was a hockey player until then, so maybe that's where the speed comes from. But the positive thing from today is, how is Ben Rice going to handle lefties this year? Now, with big lefty bats like that, it's about progression. Being a young player in the first year, it's just worried about playing every game, getting there, and putting up some good stats. Now, the book gets out on you. And what I mean by that is the rest of the league, word is out what your weaknesses are. If you notice guys come onto the scene like Aaron Judge with his first year, he put up all those home runs. His second year, the book got out on him, and they started throwing him that outside slider that he could not hit until he adjusted. And obviously, he adjusted very well to that, and the ABS system will help on that outside pitch where he can challenge that this year. But that's the progression, and that's the step that Ben Rice needs to make this year. He needs to start hitting lefties. He did okay last year, but if he's going to be an everyday first baseman, especially a left-handed one, which makes a first transition to first base, he needs to hit lefties. Now, both of his hits today came on left-handed pitching, which is a great sign. The second one was off of Gregory Soto. Gregory Soto is a very good left-handed pitcher, and he has nasty stuff, buzzes people in on the hands, and he was able to get that bat head around through the batter's box and actually put up some numbers today. 2 RBIs, 3 at-bats, 2 hits, 1 walk, good defense. I got to admit, I love the makeup of Ben Rice. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's got a great work ethic. And like I've said before on here, when he shows up to the stadium this year, he knows that he is going to be the starting first baseman. Last year, it was, hey, you're DH. Hey, you're going to be catcher today. Hey, you're going to be in first base. Hey, we're going to bench you after hitting 3 home runs and having 9 RBIs. So he's not going to be bounced around. So I think that can help his production. So speaking of the production of 2026, these are the projections of Ben Rice's 2026 stats. Let me know in the comments below, guys. Do you think Ben Rice will match these, exceed these, or not even touch these? Because I have to admit, gun to my head, I think his numbers are going to go down next year. I think they're still going to be good, but I am a firm believer in the sophomore jinx. What goes up must come down, and I'm also a little bit of a pessimistic Yankee fan, but I'm a realist, and that's why you watch New York Minute right here. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Let's go through his numbers. These are the projections for next year. 472 plate appearances. I think he's going to have more than that. I think it's going to be closer to 500. 247 average. Okay. I mean, league average is below that. It's like 238 is league average now. So, yeah, and you're not really looking for average from Ben Rice. The 800 OPS, that would be great. Sign that up right now. The 800 OPS is worth its weight in gold, okay? But the 24 home runs and the 68 RBIs. You know, I was looking at Jazz Chisholm's stats the other day, and like everyone's just, blowing him because he had such a good year and stuff. He had 30 home runs, but he only had 80 RBIs. Bro, like, I mean, when I was a kid, a guy like Dante Bichette had 80 RBIs before the All-Star break. Okay, that guy picked his teeth with 80 RBIs, and Jazz Chisholm's asking for $300 million. Like, think about how much money Bernie Williams would make on the open market today. What, $200 million? He'd get a Cody Bellinger contract. It's amazing. It just matters when you were born, guys. Moving over to our Spencer Jones, Jason Dominguez war for the fourth outfielder spot, but this one might be over even before it starts. Let's start off with Jason Dominguez today. Jason Dominguez looks much better in the outfield. I got to admit, winter ball definitely helped the way that he approaches foul balls, and his arm looked light years better. Now, we got to remember, last year in the outfield, when you don't trust your arm, you're going to try to make it up with your feet. He was coming off a Tommy John surgery when he got hurt. He was tearing it up offensively in the batter's box, and then he got hurt later in the season 2 years ago. And it takes about a year and a half for guys to come back from it. So now his arm is back. It looks like he's playing better defense, so that's definitely going to help him get back into the lineup. But what's not going to help him get back into the lineup is exactly what went down today. So Jason Dominguez had 4 at-bats today. He had 1 hit, 1 RBI. That's great, right? Yeah. But that was from the left side of the plate. We know that you can do that, Jason. We know that you can hit from the left side of the plate. The New York Yankees need you to hit from the right side of the plate. So in his first at-bat, gets a hit, gets an RBI, all's good in the world. Great rope. Now, for the next 3 at-bats for the rest of the game, he moves over to the right side of the plate. Guess what happened? 3 strikeouts in a row. The guy couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat from the right side of the plate. So Jason Dominguez, if he does not start hitting from the right side of the plate, he will start this season in AAA. Because if he can't do that, I don't know what they're going to be able to do for him. Now let's move over to Spencer Jones. Spencer Jones looked overmatched, awkward, and frustrated in the batter's box today. He really did. He looked like he was kind of lost. But the thing about Spencer Jones is that the New York Yankees don't need him this year, guys. Listen, man, it's like a plant that's growing. You can't pick it before it's ripe. This thing needs to grow, and Spencer Jones needs room to grow. He strikes out way too much. He's definitely got a million holes in his swing. When he makes contact, yeah, it looks great, and he hits it a country mile. But the average, if he were to play in Major League Baseball right now, just from the eyeball test, I know it's spring training, that guy would lose his confidence in a heartbeat, and it would ruin him. So I see why they're saying keep him down in AAA. He looks good in the outfield. That's great, but he needs to be better from the batter's box. And like I said, the Yankees need another left-handed bat like they need a hole in the head in this lineup. But I want you to take a quick video. And by the way, I chopped this up myself. I am my own production team. I'm the own lighting guy. I'm the audio guy. And I'm the presenter, folks. I do it all around here. But I made this little video. Check this out. This is Aaron Judge's first home run and Spencer Jones from today's game. Do you see the similarities between these two guys? You can see Aaron Judge's little bit of a loopy swing. Definitely took him more time to get to the ball. That was his first year. So the reason I bring this up is the other day, I even said it on the show, it looked like Spencer Jones was doing the foot pivot Ohtani thing. But they're trying to emulate him cookie cutter over Aaron Judge, and I think that's a big problem. They're not letting Spencer Jones just be Spencer Jones. They're trying to make him bat like Ohtani. They're trying to make him bat like Aaron Judge. That's like trying to make a guy play basketball like Michael Jordan. That's why great players don't make great coaches. Like Barry Bonds was a shit hitting coach because they have such good ability. They're like, you can't do it like I can do it. But Aaron Judge was given time. Aaron Judge came into the Major League Baseball late in his life. I think he was 24 or 25 when he broke in. Broke in his first at bat with the home run, as you can see in the video. But the point I bring this up is that he was allowed to mature. Nobody was talking about Aaron Judge. Since day one, everyone's been talking about Spencer Jones. Okay? And the reason everyone's been talking about Jason Dominguez is that the way that the New York Yankees cooked him up in his report when Brian Cashman was trying to move him last year. So that's why 5-tool player, the Martian, oh my God, we've never seen a guy like this. So, but moving on to our pitching report of spring training. And today who took the bump was none other than Yarborough. Okay, I got some names for you when I think of Ryan Yarborough. Aaron Small, ring a bell. Sean Chacon, Luke Weaver. The reason I bring these guys up, they're all reclamation projects that the New York Yankees got a great season out of. Now, Ryan Yarborough was a very good pitcher with the Rays a few years ago, and his best days were past him. But it seems like Brian Cashman and the pitching lab always gets their reclamation projects. Last guy was Luke Weaver, Tim Hill. Tim Hill's still around. Now it's Yarborough's turn. And what Yarborough did today was 2 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. Okay? The reason Yarborough is so effective is he's funky. Just like my boy, King of the Hill, Tim Hill from AutoZone. Okay, Yarborough and Tim Hill are the renegades of funk now. Because when you get in the game, all you see is asshole and elbows from these guys when they're pitching. And I love that. You look at today's pitcher, everyone looks the same. Everyone's buttoned up, looking through their glove. These guys are doing some submarine crazy shit, and I love that because it breaks up the timing of the batters. That's why it's so effective. When you got a guy that comes into the game like Tim Hill and he's pitching with his knuckle dragging on the dirt, it definitely messes up your timing, and it's going to be beneficial for the New York Yankees. Another thing I love about Yarborough is the flexibility that he gives the New York Yankees. He doesn't need to be a starter. He can be a middle relief guy, and Ramiro Mendoza is another guy that always pops in my head. And when the Yankees were playing well, they always had a really good middle relief guy, like a Jeff Nelson, Ramiro Mendoza. They always had, if a guy didn't have it for the starting pitching that day, you could still have a guy that did a little bit of a long save, three innings. And Yarborough can definitely do that. And then one day somebody goes down, he can pick up the rock and he can start. So flexibility, and the Yankees have options this year. Think back to 2 years ago with DJ LeMahieu, Donaldson, Stroman, Cookie Carrasco, and those were all moves because we didn't have options and people to turn to. Another guy that was pitching today was Blackburn, the guy that we got from the Mets, as you can see him there. And Paul Blackburn, 2 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Now, he is another guy that I think that they can fix in the Yankees pitching lab. He was in mop-up duty last year, but guys like Jake Bird and guys like Paul Blackburn are going to be projects. And he looked good today, I got to admit. And he was highly touted, and he was used too much in the New York Mets system. We can ask Mike from Pudgy Boy Sports about that. But the last guy that I want to mention in the pitching report is none other than Ben Hess. He is the prospect out of Alabama, the flamethrower. He's got nasty stuff, but he's a little bit of a wild thing. He took the bump for 3 innings today, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. So just like Luis Seal, if this guy can minimize his walks, he can be an integral part in the bullpen as a flamethrower. And like I've said before, young guys, if they're only asked to do about 2 pitches, they can work on their control. And then they don't have to worry about spotting the ball as much, and they can challenge hitters, which young pitchers do in college all the time. Because think about this. Ben Hess goes from being one of the best pitchers in college for a major program like Alabama, and now he's a farm system, and he's just another number in Major League Baseball. And that's how crazy and competitive Major League Baseball is. Now, last thing I want to go to is Jeff Kent had some interesting words about Alex Rodriguez. Let's go to the videotape.
Yeah, I did. He tore my knee up. He slid and rolled his fat ass past the base, the son of a bitch, and put me out for a little while. I was not happy.
Whoa, so Jeff Kent is not in the Alex Rodriguez arena or friendship zone. And by the way, Alex Rodriguez seems like he is just fundamentally hated all over baseball by everybody. I mean, I guess when you're the biggest phony and you have a painting of a centaur, you as a half man, half horse over your bed, and you have more mirrors in your house than the guy from Narcissus from Greek mythology. Jeff Once-A-Month Kent, who played for the New York Mets and would only do well in the month of April, and then the guy that got into a fist fight with Barry Bonds in the dugout. When Jeff Kent is more liked than you have major problems, because Jeff Kent's a major asshole, too.
I would throw the ball. I would literally throw the ball between their eyes. If they came in and they weren't ducking down, I was throwing the ball right between their eyes.
Let's take a little poll here, okay? Who do you hate more? Because Jeff Once-A-Month Kent, who's a major asshole who got into a fist fight with Barry Bonds, he ain't winning any popularity contests anytime soon. But if Barry Bonds is going after you, you must be a major asshole. So who's the biggest jerk out of this list? And let me know in the comments below. Alex Rodriguez, Jeff Kent, Kurt Schilling, or Barry Bonds? And let's throw Randy Johnson in there, because he was a major asshole too, all right? So, all right, guys, listen. I will catch you tomorrow, because the New York Yankees, guess what? It's the first matchup against the Toronto Blue Jays this spring training. Revenge comes early in Tampa in spring training tomorrow. I'm going to have you covered right here on New York Minute Sports. And remember, if you can't be good, be bad, baby. Good night, Canada. Bye.